Welcome back, you guys. Today's your last day, day 12 of 12 Days of Fitness. And I'm so glad if you stuck with me here throughout the whole thing. Good for you. I'm finishing and closing out our 12 Days of Fitness with some foam rolling techniques. And I just want to show you foam rolling is this is a foam roller. This is 36 inches long. They come in different sizes. I have one here that's about 24 inches long. But I really recommend that if you get one of these to get the long one, and I'll show you why in just a few minutes, you can lie down on these and have your whole vertebrae supported, where this one, you can't really do that. So I'm going to get to that in just a moment. I want to talk about not just the foam roller, but some other tools that you can use for self-massage. All right, so the massage stick is a great tool because you can get to your muscles, which I'll demonstrate in a second, much easier than the foam roller, because the foam roller requires you to be on the floor, rolling around. And if you have any shoulder issues or wrist issues or issues with your spine, it might prove to be a little too much. So you can sit in a chair and get to your muscles with the massage stick. And the reason we do this is you can get a lot of tightness in your muscles, as you can imagine, as well as your fascia, just your soft tissue network that goes through your whole body, through all of your muscles. And so the fascia gets tight, the muscles get tight. And what happens over time is your joints get less mobile. So if you're walking up and down the stairs and you're experiencing knee pain, one of the culprits for that could be tight muscles, tight fascia. And I do this a lot with my clients where they're finding pain going down the stairs, and we get into the foam rolling or the self-massage, and that pain goes away. So starting with sitting down, if you have a massage stick, these are relatively inexpensive. You can find them in the fitness section of stores as well as online. They're pretty available everywhere. And if you have an old rolling pin in your kitchen and you're not using it to roll out dough, a rolling pin works great for this. So I'm holding on and I'm just rolling into my quadriceps. Big muscle group, big network of muscles running up and down the front of your legs. We use these muscles for everything. So I'm pushing down and oh my gosh, I'm feeling all kinds of tightness in my quadriceps, which is not totally surprising. The more sensation you're feeling, or even we'll call it pain or discomfort, that's information that tells you that your quads are tight and they need massage. So what it does is it really helps to break up, as I said, the muscle, the tissue. It brings blood flow into the area, and it may start off feeling painful, but over time that pain is going to dissipate, and it's going to help a lot with the mobility through your knees, especially. Okay, you can hit the side of your leg here in your IT band. You can roll into that muscle. You can roll over the whole quadricep network and then down into your adductor muscles, your inner thigh muscles, which can also create issues because all of these muscles attach at your kneecap. So if they're really tight on one end or the other, it can be pulling on your knee, causing discomfort, going, doing various mobility things, but up and down stairs is where people find it. And then lastly, you can get into hamstrings and just roll it up into your hamstring this way. So when you do that, you're going to find that you're just able to move a little easier, breaking up those muscles. The other thing is you can get a lot of tightness within the shoulder. And so a really good tool is this thing. It's called a Theracane, and there's various ones out on the market. This is just one variation of it. But basically, it's a handle you can hold on to, and there's a ball at the end of this, what looks like a question mark, and you can get it over your shoulder and dig that ball, that hard piece of plastic, into your muscles, and it really helps to keep your shoulder joint mobile. So you're going to feel, a lot of people feel a lot of tightness and pain because this whole network of muscles gets tight from being on a computer, and just everything that we're doing, we're getting pulled forward all day. So you can use this to get into your shoulders, your mid traps, your upper traps, around your neck. These two little balls at the top of the Theracane go into your neck like this. So you can just kind of gently push your muscles into it. And it just helps to break any tightness up. And then your neck can maybe move with more mobility and less pain, and your shoulders can move with more mobility and less pain. On the other end of this is a ball, and then you can use this to push into your pec muscles, which get really tight. And just applying pressure into the pec muscle, which gets really tight. I have a whole tutorial on shoulders for free. There's a video on my website if you want to go into more information there. Let's see, what else can I talk about? You can also use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball to get into the hips, which you can get a lot of tightness in your piriformis, which is deep muscle in your glute, not in your glute, in your butt. Well, it goes right below the sciatic nerve. So if that muscle gets really tight, it can mess with your sciatic nerve, causing pain down your leg. It can also cause some lower back pain because it's all connected. So you can take a ball and go right up against the wall. I'm going to just move and push your glute. I'm just working on the left side here. And I'm leaning into the ball and just pushing the weight into the ball to try to find where any of that tension is. Once you find it, you're going to know what it is because it appears pretty obviously that I find a trigger point, a place that's very sensitive. That's your piriformis muscle, and you're going to gently push in, and you will notice that there's some tension there that will dissipate. So the ball works really, really good to get after the piriformis. And then you could also use the ball on your feet, by the way, to just roll the bottom of your foot and break up any tightness in the bottom of your feet with a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. So those are the tools that are really handy that you can do sitting in a chair. The foam roller, if you don't mind getting on the floor, works really good. And you're going to use your own body weight to push down into the foam roller. So let's say I want to get into my glutes. I would sit down on the foam roller and lean into one side and roll back and forth 10 or 20 times and start breaking up any tightness within the whole glute network, which could lead to relieve some hip pain if you got some hip pain. And you might not even feel hip pain, but when you get on this thing, you might feel, wow, that feels really sensitive. That's just tightness, and that needs to be worked out. Now, you can also go onto your side. You can see how I'm rolling up and down. So this is where people might not want to be on the floor because you're putting weight into your wrists and your shoulders. So if you have bad wrists or shoulders, you're going to want to stick with the massage stick. And I'm breathing and I'm rolling out. This is practically a workout in itself, a little bit here as you're rolling up and down. Now I'm going to turn over and hit the show you how you hit the quadriceps here. Extend one leg gets kicked out to the side, and I'm pushing down into my quads from my knee up to my hip. And breathing. Okay, and that's how you get to your quads. You would do one side and then go over and do the other leg. Up and down, and you're, again, bearing down with your own weight. So again, if you don't want to be on the floor like this, you sit in your chair and you use your massage stick, and it works great. Some things that you can do, like we talked about using the Theracane on your upper back, your shoulders. With the foam roller, you would lean back into the foam roller and come up into a bridge and then roll back and forth over your shoulders like this. So this works your muscles more superficially, where the Theracane gets into your muscles a little deeper and more targeted. So it's really more effective, but this does feel really good, and it helps to break up the tightness in your shoulders. And just, you might even feel a little bit of popping in there. It's okay. You don't want to use the foam roller on your lower back, okay? But you could to get into your lower back and safely, you could take 2 tennis balls and tape them together, and it makes this peanut kind of shape. And you can lay down with this, and it'll go right into the muscles on either side of your vertebrae, and you can roll back and forth along those extensor muscles without hurting your back. But that's another thing. All these different tools really get into targeted areas. So want to keep this general. So back to the foam roller for a second. You can use this to stretch out when you're done rolling out your whole body too. And one stretch I love is you would lay down like this, pick up your hips and bring the foam roller right in under your lower back, pull your knees in and extend your legs up. So this is a really nice stretch. It takes the stress off of your lower back, supports your hips here nicely, and this is an inversion pose. So you get your feet up over your heart here, and you can hang out here. It feels really good. And then to get into the hips, I'm going to take one leg in and tuck in the knee towards my chest and take the other leg and extend it out. And what I've got here is a big hip flexor opener. So it's going into open up that hip. You can take your foot down to the floor. Maybe you need to bend your knee a little bit, and that feels okay. Or you can have your leg extended and hover over the floor, and you're going to get this big stretch through your hip flexors. Okay, and you're going to hold that for, 15 or 30 seconds, even up to a minute, depending on how it feels for you. And then that other knee comes in, and we extend the opposite leg. Just is a great way to get at those psoas muscles that can get really tight from sitting. So if you sit a lot, this is a great stretch. Your lower back is nice and supported with the foam roller, and you can just kind of hang out here and breathe into that. And then the way to get out of here is just push the foam roller away, lower your vertebrae back down onto the floor, and sit up. So between the foam roller, the massage stick, the Theracane, I use all of these things depending on what I'm going after, but this thing is really handy for the lower body. And they also sell long sticks if you wanted to get into rolling into your back and you just didn't have that mobility through your shoulders. They sell longer ones. That's another option if you didn't want to get on the floor with this. But one of the reasons I want you to get the 36-inch foam roller, even if you don't use it to foam roll your body, let's say you want to use the massage stick. This is great to lay down on, and I recommend people lay down on it for at least 5 minutes, and then certainly you can lay down on it longer. And it's a great way to undo everything that the computer and the phone is doing to our posture. So it helps to restore good posture. I'm going to put my tailbone down at the end of the foam roller, roll all the way down on it, have my head and neck supported here, and then take my arms out to the side and just hang out here. And this is where I want you to just hang out for at least 5 minutes and feel your shoulders. You're basically letting gravity pull your shoulders back, and then all the muscles that are attached to your vertebrae will little by little by little let go, open up, and pull back, which will help with your posture. It'll feel really good, and it's very relaxing. And if you want to go into a deeper zone, you can go ahead and put on nice soft music and even cover your eyes with a towel. Completely zone out. It's a great day. It's a great way to restore your posture and relax at the end of the day. So I'm a huge proponent of all of this self-massage and these self-massage tools. And I offer a class in my Fit 50 Plus Club once a week where we just stretch and use either the massage stick or the foam roller and pay attention to all of the tight trigger points that live in our body and going after them so we can move easier, be more mobile, and we also do some good stretching in that class. All of the classes in Fit 50 Plus are recorded and put into a library so members of that club can jump on and pull out the classes they want whenever they want. And so I have total body fitness classes for all fitness levels, and I have also a 30-minute class twice a week for beginners or seniors who want to maybe sit in a chair or have a little bit slower going exercises. And then I do super stretch and foam rolling once a week. So if you're interested in finding out more about that Super Fit 50 Plus Club, that is on my website. I would love for you to join me in the new year. But meanwhile, jump on my newsletter if you're not already on the newsletter and just stay updated with what I'm doing. And I hope you get yourself a foam roller and or a massage stick. You guys, thanks for joining me here with these 12 Days of Fitmas. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it just motivated you to do some kind of movement every single day, whatever it is, even if you can just get out and walk. So that is my last message for you. I hope you have a very happy holiday. Thank you so much for joining me here, and I hope to see you soon.